Video games are enjoyed by millions of people around the world. Such is the popularity of video games that their sales constantly outweigh that of movie tickets and DVD sales combined. Unfortunately, some of the most popular games never end and encourage players to spend countless hours in front of the screen questing, exploring, and killing opposing players. Players become so hooked on getting to the next level or obtaining the best items that they abandon their real-life duties. These gamers become transfixed only on the games, and some become complete addicts. Much like drugs or alcohol, games are all they think about, all they want, and all they do. One such person experiencing this is Hammerstorm92, also known as David Green. Like 1 in 10 Australian teenagers, David is a computer game addict. David spends on average 20 hours each day playing World of Warcraft, a highly addictive game played by millions around the globe. Unfortunately for David and many other teenagers, World of Warcraft has become more than just a game. It has turned this once bright, creative and talented young boy into a mindless zombie, with only one difference. Instead of brains, he feeds on games.
I'm not addicted. Just because I play it doesn't mean I'm addicted. I can quit at any time if I want to.
David's obsession with World of Warcraft is a compulsive disorder and a medically recognized illness. The roots of David's fascination with video games stem back 9 years. The year is December 1997. Children all around the world are writing their Christmas wish lists to Santa Claus. Nintendo have just released their flagship console, the Nintendo 64, and are advertising like mad on TV and in junk mail catalogs. Like thousands of Australian children, David is transfixed by the Nintendo 64 ads and desperately begs his parents, Alan and Fiona, to buy him one for Christmas. On the morning of December 25th, 1997, David's life is changed forever. For the next 7 years, instead of playing in the park or on the street with his 2 sisters, young David confines himself to his living room, playing his Nintendo relentlessly, stopping only to eat or sleep. Slowly, David's childhood withered away. In the year 2004, 7 years after receiving his Nintendo for Christmas, David was tiring of playing the same games over and over. He read about World of Warcraft in a gaming magazine and immediately signed up. World of Warcraft is a never-ending game played by over 11 million people around the world. So David, tell me more about the different people that play this game.
Most are teenagers. They play from all over the world. America, China, England, even Mexico.
And are these people your friends?
Yeah, I'd consider them my best mates.
Your best mates? What about your friends in real life?
Well, I don't really have any friends in real life.
David plays in what is known as a guild, a group of players who band together to fight monsters and dragons and enemy players. David's guild has over 200 Australian members. So, on an average day, how many hours do you estimate you would spend on World of Warcraft?
I'd probably say 20 hours.
Each day?
Yeah, that's about right.
And how do you survive on only 4 hours sleep each night?
I don't know, sometimes I drink, Coke, Red Bull, coffee, mother. It keeps me going. And is this normal, to spend 20 hours a day on World of Warcraft? What about your guildmates? How long do they spend? All my guild members are wimps, Some of them only play for 1 hour, some of them 3 or 4.
So what do you do when your guildmates are offline sleeping?
And I play on the American, Chinese, even Mexican servers.
What's fascinating about David's addiction to this game is that he has learned fluent Mandarin and Spanish just so he can play on the Chinese and Mexican servers, while his Australian guild members are offline.
Espero de taco, dorito entero, espetero.
New languages aren't the only thing David has picked up whilst playing World of Warcraft. In the 2 days that this documentary is filmed, our sound tech recorded David swearing 19,641 times.
It's just too much. When David gets angry and frustrated with this game, he throws his speakers and his keyboard around the room, and then one time he actually picked up his computer and he actually threw it right out the window. it's just too much. And then another time, he turned around and punched holes in the walls. He was so angry.
Fiona is David's mother.
We gave him an allowance, maybe, play 3-4 hours a day, or on the weekends he could play more. Then 4 hours turned to 8 hours, and he was up all night playing. And then 8 hours became 12, and then 12 became 16. And then 16, it's just taking over, 16, 18, and we just don't know. I mean, he's just totally, utterly addicted. He could be playing 20 hours a day.
World of Warcraft is a game that rewards players for massive time investments. Because David spends such a long time playing, he is now the most powerful player in the game. Do you think that playing World of Warcraft has been worthwhile? All the countless hours you've wasted, and what do you have to show for it?
Oh, definitely. World of Warcraft's the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's given me a purpose in life.
But don't you think you've wasted enough of your life already?
Well, no, it's not a waste of time. I'm having fun. Besides, it's my life, and I could stop playing whenever I want.
So how would you say that World of Warcraft has affected your schooling? Playing video games for 20 hours a day doesn't leave much time for school. We spoke to David's teacher, Mr. Reinecker, to find out more. What impact has your addiction to World of Warcraft had on the relationship you have with your parents?
I told you, I'm not addicted, okay? I could stop whenever. And my relationship with my parents is none of your business.
I don't see David anymore. I think the last time I saw him was like almost a fortnight ago, and he slipped out of his room to go to the toilet.
Because David won't leave his room for anything except a toilet trip, Fiona feeds his son by sliding pieces of bread under David's bedroom door. I've spent the past 2 days at the Green household, and the toll David's addiction is having on his family is all too clear.
Yes, David's situation is certainly an extreme case, but computer game addiction is not a rare thing at all.
Leading psychologist Peter Jennett Schizo has witnessed firsthand the exponential increase in computer game addiction amongst teens.
Yes, when you look closely at the game World of Warcraft, it's not hard to see why so many players are addicted, yes, because for one thing, the game never ends, yes, and yes, once you reach the top level, the creator, Blizzard Entertainment, yes, just brings out new content.
To stop World of Warcraft subscribers from getting bored, Blizzard releases new content every month. In its 5-year history, 161 patches containing new content have been released, as well as 3 expansion packs, each with new worlds to explore and more monsters to kill. So even though David plays a massive 20 hours each day, he can never hope to win World of Warcraft.
If you could say anything to your family, what would you say?
That I'm sorry for, breaking their heart.
And anything else?
I wish I had never bought World of Warcraft. It ruins people's lives.